That's right. Welcome back to the Puck Drop Podcast. I'm Cole, the NHL Music Man Chapman, and I am here with Lieutenant Dangle D, Dustin Edgington. And this episode is brought to you by Five Wives Vodka and Ogden's Own Distillery. Are you looking for a smooth and sophisticated spirit? Ogden's Own craft award-winning vodkas, whiskeys, and gins are right here in Utah. Find your new favorite today at Ogden's Own. Ogden's Own Distillery, locally crafted, exceptionally smooth. How'd you like that?
Jeez.
Yeah? Got a voice for radio or something?
I'd say. And we got a special voice.
Yeah. Speaking of radio and whatnot, we're here with the man, the myth, the legend that got me, Cole Chapman, interested in hockey. Mr. Adrian Denny.
Hey guys, thanks for having me in.
Thanks for coming on.
Blast to be on the podcast.
Yeah. So our story goes back a little bit. I just remember my dad hitting me up and said, "Hey, we're gonna do the music at the Utah Grizzlies, and I need you guys to help me." So talking to me and my brother, and then I think we had a meeting with you at the Maverick Center, and we went through everything, and during that day, I didn't know anything about hockey. Like, genuinely didn't know anything. I think we asked you, like, can we play songs, like fight songs to amp the crowd up? You're like, absolutely. And we're like, yes, that sounds like fun. So, because of this guy, I am a hockey fan. And because of this guy, we could just snowball it and say, is the reason why the Puck Drop Podcast exists today. So
dang.
He's been firm on that for a long time.
Wow.
Even before actually running into you at that foundation event with
at
the LLS.
Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Gala back in June.
That was awesome.
So how long have you been doing it, like hockey oriented?
23 years. I started as an intern with the Utah Grizzlies in 2002. At the same time, I started an internship with 1320 KFan, which was the radio station at the time that carried the Jazz, the Grizzlies,
good old
the Bees, and was able to parlay both into part-time jobs.
Yeah,
and ultimately got my first play-by-play job with the Grizzlies in 2005, the year they joined the ECHL. I was with them doing radio and TV play-by-play until 2018. It was too good to leave.
Yeah.
It was a job in the minor leagues, but Salt Lake City. The organization over there is just second to none in how they operate, how they treat people as family. Their compensation. I had a great life over there.
Yeah.
For 13 years doing radio play-by-play and TV play-by-play on KMYU with Adam Mikulich, and the goal was always to be in the NHL.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to leave for something that was going to be a job that I just was going to wait for the next job.
Yeah.
And so in 2018, the organization in Arizona hired me to be the play-by-play announcer for radio and television for their AHL team in Tucson. And it was another situation that, okay, that's a good place to live.
Yeah.
It's a good organization. They pay well. And I think that keeps me on my path that I want to be on, and that is to be in the National Hockey League. So I went down there and was there 6 seasons. And April 2024, the announcement comes down that SEG has acquired the NHL team, and it's being relocated to Utah. And for me, it was a complicated summer because I lost my path to the NHL with the organization that I was with. And that was always the grand plan. And I thought, okay, this is a crucial summer, whether I'm going to be in the National Hockey League in Utah or elsewhere.
Right.
The the path has now changed, and we need to find a way to continue moving forward. And I was extremely fortunate, blessed, lucky, everything that SEG asked me to come join the NHL team here in Utah for year number 1, and it was a dream. It was magical. No transition is ever perfect.
Mm-hmm.
This was
Really?
Well, and you've got a resume. You've got a resume.
It is what it is.
There's a lot of resumes out there, though.
Cole.
You're exactly right, Cole and Dustin. There's a lot of great people. Like when a broadcasting job opens up, there's 10 people that don't get the job that should.
Yeah.
And
I think they made the right choice.
And well, thank you. I think we're all happy.
Yeah.
I think we're all happy with how it worked out. But they offered me the position here. 5 days later, I'm in my loaded SUV racing back home. The next day was the start of the second week of training camp, and we were off and running. And things. It was magical. It was perfect. There was not one part of the transition that wasn't perfect, and that never happens. And no matter what, you get your dream job, you move up a level. Nothing's ever perfect.
Yeah.
Whether you're navigating new situations, you're learning how to work with new people. Different organizations have different ways that they operate from a business standpoint. There was nothing other than easy, perfect, and magic.
Impressive.
In the transition.
And especially how quickly it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quick.
It was fast, which is why I got here the second week in training camp. Everybody was working as fast as they could all summer. They didn't take a breath.
Yeah.
And literally everything came together for opening night.
Well, it's kind of crazy. Like you always hear people say, like, full circle, your story is like legitimately like a full circle story.
That's crazy.
Started in Utah,
can't make it up.
Go to Arizona. Utah buys the Arizona team. Well, and I mean, you were working for the AHL, so
ECHL.
AHL
in
Tucson.
Yeah.
We were
Yes.
AHL in Tucson, and we were owned and operated by the Coyotes. So
yeah,
interesting. It was extremely complicated, and again, just fortunate to be here and coming back to Utah. I look at it every day like it's the career goal. It's where I wanted to be personally, but just the other stuff that goes around it, being back with family, 365 days a year, going to my doctor here, right? Just literally every little component that you'd never think of. And I'm like, gosh, the job is the dream job, but everything around it is amazing too, and how it's all come to place.
Were you born and raised here then?
I wasn't born here. I was born in Oregon. We moved here when I was in third grade.
Oh, okay.
So, and at that point, I was just on the cusp of becoming the biggest sports fan ever.
Okay.
So
that's what I was going to ask you next.
Instantly became a Jazz fan. Started following the Golden Eagles. Grizzlies come to town. AAA baseball came to town right around that same time. So growing up with Utah teams and the University of Utah, that's what I rooted for and embraced and, couldn't get enough of literally every day.
And you were like, I want to work in sports one day.
That's it was always the goal.
Yeah.
Broadcasting was the the scope that I wanted to be in. When I was in college, I wasn't sure what direction that was going to go. There was a lot of things happening. FM radio always intrigued me. television news, something I've always liked. But sports is where it all happened for me. And it just, if I don't get the internship with the Grizzlies, or I don't work at the same time with K-Fan, who knows? Who knows what the track is? During that time, had a couple chances to leave Utah, and it's the first time I ever looked at the mountains and thought, I can't leave this.
Yeah.
It's the first time in my life I've ever looked at the mountains and thought anything other than
they're incredible.
They're mountains.
They are incredible.
But when I got that first job offer a year out of college, I'm like, I need to do some thinking here. And fortunately, a month later, got offered the Grizzlies job to do play-by-play. So you can just see how lucky I am in literally everything that happens. So.
Well, and you're a hard worker. You can see that. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, outside of that, though, do you play hockey? Do you ski? What are some of your hobbies that you kind of carry over to Utah?
Skiing's all I would think about on a 95-degree day in Arizona.
Or 120.
Hey, yeah. You were just telling me how much you love the heat.
I do love the heat. I'd be down at the rink at practice and wondering what was going on up at Brighton. Where I would get back and ski as much as I can, but being back definitely was a record skier for me up at Brighton. I went 30 times.
Dang.
Oh wow.
So I love that.
Were you up here? What was it last year or the year before? We got.
Yeah. I would sneak back anytime I could.
Yeah.
And,
we got a lot of snow
and ski. So big skier. Love the outdoors here. Love the hiking. Love the lakes. Love the boat. Love the jet ski.
Well, and everything's within a vicinity.
It's so close.
Yeah.
Our family has a cabin up at Strawberry Lake, which is an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
I did some fishing up there not too long ago.
Yeah, so
that's
awesome. That's great. So Utah is, everything we have here. It's
full.
It's amazing. So
it's full.
Skiing is it's my winter thing when we're not at the rink. That's what I am racing to see if we can get in a couple runs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I haven't been, and we were kind of talking a little bit about this earlier, but I worked at multiple ski resorts and I haven't been actually snowboarding in years. And I can't really afford it anymore. I mean, I think I need to be smart about it and get those passes, either season pass or like those combination passes. I think that's the best route.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I miss it. I need to
see, and I want to start skiing.
I don't know if I can ski.
I know I could.
I mean, I can hardly skate.
Yeah, you can ski. You'll be fine.
Yeah. It's just getting into it and doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a Bluebird day at Brighton is as good as it gets for me if I'm not at.
Are you an early bird? Rink. Get there and hit the first runs?
No, I'm not. First thing I do every morning is work out.
Okay.
Oh, fair.
So I am never first to anything because I'm so dialed on getting that workout in. So I am pretty much an afternoon ski guy, and you get up there 1:30, parking spots start to open because
that's kind of nice.
Weekdays in Utah now, it's during ski season, January, February, March, when we've got our great tourism industry just cooking here. Can't get a place to park even on weekdays. So 1:30 is when things kind of open up there, and that kind of works out for my schedule on a non-practice day to be able to scoot up there and ski for 3.5 hours.
So how long would you say your workday is at the rinks and doing what you're doing? I mean, it seems pretty extensive. I mean,
so we go to practice every day. Practice starts at 11:30. Our broadcast team's there. Me, Mike Folta, and Will Trubshaw, who's our radio producer. We're kind of the 3-man band of radio. And so we'll watch practice, kind of scheme up what we're going to do after practice, what features do we have that we're working on that we want to start. Is there anything topical that we want to hit with the guys in the locker room when it opens up? with head coach Andre Turini, and so we'll watch practice together. We'll walk over, go into the locker room, and just see what happens. See who's around. See who's getting off the ice, and I'll go sit down and chat, and we'll have if we're working on stuff for a feature, we'll make sure we hit those items. And are
you doing radio right now in the off season, or like talking about the practices and whatnot, or like what information are you gathering from those practices, and where do you take that information, especially, you know, during this time of year in the off season?
One thing that we really focus on is when we're not on radio, we're on social media. So something
I've been seeing your posts
something
lately.
Happens, we react on Twitter, on Instagram, and just try and just stay in touch.
Projections of this, that.
Yeah. So every morning I get an email. Being in the NHL, being a broadcaster, they email you the clips of every place the Utah Mammoth have been mentioned, and I read it. Versus,
really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's
dialed in then.
Yeah, I'm not just surfing. I get an email, I read it.
Love it. And forward them on over to us.
Yeah, exactly. I just try and stay on top of it. Yeah. Everything the team puts on social media, I want to make sure I see it.
Yeah.
Everything going on with the renovation of the arena, I want to make sure that I've got that.
Yeah. Super exciting about that.
That's
I can't
amazing.
wait. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah,
so
can't wait.
It's amazing.
And SCG just announced that they're building a new concert venue. So me being the music man, I'm following up on that one.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but Cole and I have been involved in. So we initially wanted to get a rink up
north,
northwest.
Well,
right?
Yeah, northwest. Yeah,
and. I just feel like 10,000 or 10 million, excuse me, is kind of a hard pull for a rink, right? So
10,000.
I mean, for
10 million.
Oh.
Of the.
I mean, even for a community, for a city, for a county, right? Let alone two guys, right?
Yeah. Well, and with that being said, though, we've got approval through the city. It's in.
We're not going to mention what city.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, we've got city representatives like in contact.
But we're not going full ice rink. We're going to go more ball hockey. Just because I feel like that could kind of start the
totally.
Well, the emails we were in were for an ice rink, though, right?
It was initially, and then it kind of we peeled off that just because we want to have at least something. And when you put the numbers together, and there's a lot of great people helping us. When you actually put the numbers together, you're taking half of that 10 million.
It's
you know what I mean.
Very expensive. I mean,
I've seen the bids.
Over
the course of 2 decades.
And the cooling unit was probably half of the bid.
And you've got to and then
I don't know.
It's one of those
be a better way.
Well, that's why we're going to start with ball hockey.
Freaking
put a couple rinks in at a park,
sure.
and start leagues and continuation with that. So
huge.
Well, we need like Tesla or somebody to come up with a better way of cooling ice, because apparently running them or running these rinks that's part of why these city leaders and stuff like don't even want to touch it, because they're like. No, it's a lot of money.
And that's because you're going through city. If it's privately owned, it's different because you can hire out. But you got to have maintenance. There's always a maintenance. So you're going to have to. But it also
does power bill alone.
Yeah, but it's a continuation of where you're going to have people in place that know how to cut ice and know how to run the rink and break it down and everything. There's a lot of variables that go into that. So that's why it's start small. Aim high, to an extent. But at least get the people playing.
Huge, huge.
People are buzzing everywhere about how they can get involved in, you name it. It's, people are talking. So, and, we're trying to be that outlet to where we can assist in any way that we can,
At our Mammoth week, we went Logan, Provo, Park City, Cottonwood Heights, Ogden, Enoch, Cedar City, St. George, and the reception was just not only were people excited about hockey, they knew everything about the team. They watched every game, they listened to every game, they went to games last season. So amazing, and it's really really moving to see how we've been supported, and how excited Utah is about year number 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about year number 2. So
JJ Peterka.
So I want to know, first of all, we ask this question. We ask this question often. Do you think we're going to make playoffs this year?
Yes.
In your professional opinion?
Yes,
I do.
Mr.
I
Denny.
do. I do.
I'm going to answer that for him.
And the team has been very upfront and very direct. That's the goal. Bill Armstrong said it within a month of the season ending. Clayton Keller reiterating it at Mammoth Week in St. George, and the rosters there. Yeah, the additions, the stuff that Bill Armstrong went out and did. Got JJ Peterka pushing 30 goals a year. He's 23 years old.
Love it.
You add more winning pedigree. Brandon Tanev, Nate Schmidt. You get Vitek Vanacek, adding an additional depth piece.
Now, are those the
two
Russians, right? That are massive.
It was Shimashev.
And Daniil Butin and
Butin.
Dmitry Shimashev, the 223 first rounders in 2023 have been signed. So do you think the roster is going to be there? But everybody knows that you're going to have to double down now.
Well, you got to earn your spot. You know what I mean?
There's going to be everybody outside of Clayton Keller and Karel Vejmelka is going to have to go to training camp and be better than they were last year to keep their same spot with the depth that is on the team.
And depth, I like that word because that's huge. And there's a lot of it.
Yeah. So there's guys that are going to have to push to keep the job they had last year. Yep. And then as a team collectively, and everybody knows it, everybody sees the same roster. Mm-hmm. Everybody sees, okay, this is a playoff team. Utah is going to get a better game against everybody they play this year because everybody knows, looks at that roster and sees that. So it's just going to take individually and as a collective team, literally doubling down on everything we did good last year to get better at it, and making the playoffs in the NHL is hard. We had a winning record last year. We didn't miss the playoffs. We were 7 games above 500 last year and missed the playoffs.
Yeah. So, and our division is tough. It's a toughest division.
Yeah. Toughest division. Yep. St. Louis and Minnesota were the two teams that had, the 7th and 8th best records. So, at the Four Nations face-up break, we were above St. Louis. Mm-hmm. We were a little behind Minnesota. Our record last year against playoff teams was really good. So, but you look at teams like Anaheim that have also gotten better in the offseason. Everybody in the conference has gotten better. The narrative around free agency was the only team not trying to get better right now is Pittsburgh. Right. There's one team in a rebuild mode. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. So 31 of the 32 teams are trying to get better to try and make the playoffs. So you can make yourself better, but still got to go handle the competition. Mm-hmm. One thing Andre Tourney really made a mark with, one of his statements that he'd go back to last year would be, you don't lose every game because you played bad. The other team is allowed to play good. Mm-hmm. Right. You get teams in the NHL, you play good, they play good, you might lose the game in regulation, in a shootout, in overtime. So you've got the variables around you as well. But it's going to be a motivated group that's excited. Guys like Clayton Keller, Austin Krause, Barrett Hayton, Dylan Gunther, Karel Vejmelka that have been part of
the core
that Bill Armstrong has been developing. They've gone from projected worst record in the league to 5th worst record to pushing for 500 to the first season in Utah above 500. They want to keep going. They understand the magnitude of this. They understand what they're capable of now, and knowing, okay, we've now got a roster around us of a team that can compete.
Well, and Bill's genius. I mean, like he's like when I was talking about the Russians, from the KHL that came over, that's a huge part of us being able to compete with the bigger competitive teams. When I say competitive, I mean like you're more rough, you're going to be against more of a bigger body. You're going to take away the other team's time and space. And when you get those big boys in there and take away that on the other side of the team, that opens up everything for Gunther, Keller, and all that in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think like kind of what he's molding is actually pretty good.
Well, and we've got more talent on the ice to where the opposing team's defense is going to have, they're going to have to look at more directions than just looking at Keller or Gunther or something, you know?
Totally.
And as long as the chemistry's there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's another thing you got to mold.
Yeah.
Is just building that chemistry with everybody individually and more.
Yeah. And if you look at the last 4 or 5 years of Bill's drafts, the size of the guys, the emphasis is there. He knows what he wants. He knows what it takes. He's well aware of how Tampa Bay, Florida, Colorado, Vegas have won championships, right? I'm really excited about Daniil Boot for this season because he's got the size as a forward, and that's something that we really need right now. So I'm excited to see him in training camp going up against what we have and
like Schmaltz-y.
He'll be measured and.
I was just going to ask you, so
veterans.
Do you think the Boot or Shimashev or any of these new guys outside of trades? Let's talk drafts. Maybe previous season drafts. But do you think any of the drafted players are going to make the roster this year?
It is going to be very competitive.
Yeah,
it's going to be a very, very competitive camp. Bill Armstrong has said repeatedly a player cannot bake enough in the American Hockey League.
Yeah.
So there's going to be no shame. There's going to be no second thought of sending players to the AHL or even back to juniors because development is so important. When you call a player up, when you put a player on the opening day roster, you want to make sure you don't have to send him back to the American Hockey League. Right. You want to keep the trajectory
momentum
going.
Movement. Yeah.
So if one of those guys makes the roster, he's had a heck of a training camp because the second component is, well, we don't want him to be here and have to send him back. But if we send him back, that's a good thing because we have the best coaches in the AHL in Tucson that are going to send him back here knowing what he needs to do after that experience in training camp.
The capability that can, cool.
Well, hey, we're wrapping up here. It's a bit of a time capsule in here, and
for sure,
appreciate your insight. Appreciate man to man. Appreciate you introducing me to the game of hockey.
Well, I'll tell a quick story here. I was having lunch with a dear friend of mine. And everybody in Salt Lake knows everybody, and everybody in Salt Lake radio knows everybody. And I was having lunch with a dear friend of mine, who I don't even know how it came up. She's like, "Well, what's going on? You're getting ready for Grizzly season." Da da da. I'm like, "Yeah, I need to find a music guy." Da da da. She's like, "We should call Tracy Chapman." And I said, "What? Well, do you have his number?"
Yeah.
And that's how it all happened.
Yeah. He said you came into the.
We walked back to the radio station, and I didn't call Tracy Chapman. I went in, I talked to Tracy Chapman. So that's how it all happened.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I guess I owe it to whoever that was.
Her name's Patty, and she's the sweetest. One of the sweetest people I know.
Well, thanks, Patty.
Yeah, Patty.
But also thanks, Adrian.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we could get connected, and we're
gonna have to
just never know.
I mean, exactly. Like, look at what this turned into.
Yeah,
like it's crazy how just one introduction can
Small Lake City and the hockey community
basically change somebody's life. So I appreciate it. It's been fun. I'm glad to have you back in Utah. I'm looking
glad to be home. Glad to be home.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to you. And like I said, I didn't need to listen to radio all of last year. I was always either at the game or watching it on TV, but yeah, I'm gonna tune in.
And Hockey Night in Utah post game.
Yeah.
So you got to check it out because we have fun.
And you're you're on 97.5 FM and
the KSL Sports Zone 97.5 1280 KSL Sports app, Utah Mammoth app, Sirius XM, SEG Media Network affiliates from Logan to St. George. We're everywhere, man.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm posting the picture of us.
Yeah, do post it.
We have a picture of us.
I've got a picture with him in
at Mammoth Week.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Thanks again, Adrian.
That was a good time.
Thanks, guys.
We'll stay in touch, and
of course.
Yeah, always looking.
Don't be
forward to-
strangers. Call anytime.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Thank you.
This has been the Puck Drop Podcast. We will see you guys next week.